Hey, problem solvers! Welcome to literacy. Now, last week in literacy, we talked about how nonfiction readers make connections to their texts before reading. Do you remember that? They make connections to their texts not only to think about the prior knowledge that they have on the subject, but to also spark more fascination and interest in the topic that they are about to read. Now, today we are going to be talking about something else that nonfiction readers do, which is make predictions about their text before reading it. So, if you guys want to become stronger as nonfiction readers, instead of just diving right into a text, you really need to take control over yourself and be your own boss and tell yourself, wait, hold on. Not so fast. We can't start reading yet. Let's look over the text first. What does that mean? We need to look at the cover of the text, the table of contents, the headings, the photos, the diagrams, and really all other text features as well. And as you do that, you'll be able to figure out how the whole text is organized. Um, and that'll really prepare you to take in all of the information that you're about to receive from this text. Does that make sense? Now, I know that this isn't super new to you guys. We spent a lot of time on this last year about preparing yourself for nonfiction texts, but this year we're diving even deeper, which is awesome. All right. So with that, let's take a look at a book and let's make our own predictions. Oh, cool. A book about fossils. I'm excited. Let's see. Oh, wow. These pictures are so cool. Oh, look. Whoa. It says here that some of the fossilized footprints that they find are from human beings. How cool and interesting is that? Oh, you know what? No. We're going a little too fast. We are skipping steps. I am doing what nonfiction writers often want to do, which is to dive right in. But I need to stop myself. I need to remind myself that I am uh, a mature nonfiction reader, and I need to go through all of the steps first. So let's start over. Let's start with looking at the cover of this book. Giving you guys a nice long pause so you can make your own predictions from the cover of this book. Just by looking at this cover, I know that I'm going to learn about fossils. I can predict that I'm going to learn about dinosaur fossils more specifically because this looks like a dinosaur skull. What else? I can pull from my prior knowledge about fossils and use that to predict that I'm probably going to learn a lot about animals that are now extinct. All right, so we've got some predictions. Now, it's been a really long time since I've read a book about fossils, but I can pull off prior knowledge from museums that I visited back when we could go to museums. I miss them so much. I can pull information from documentaries I've seen, other books that I've read a while back. I can even pull knowledge from the time, and this is a true story, from the time when I was a kid, I was right about your age, and they found a mastodon skeleton in my neighborhood. So I rode my bike over and watched the archaeologists dig up the skull. It was so cool. So using all of that prior knowledge, I can really start to think about what subtopics can I predict that this book is going to be broken down into. All right, well, I see what I think is a dinosaur skull. So maybe maybe one subtopic is going to be dinosaurs, dinosaur fossils. Maybe another subtopic is going to be sea creature fossils. And maybe another subtopic would be like insect fossils. Now, the writer might totally break down the big topic of fossils in a completely different way, but that's my prediction. Now, we know about subtopics, right? We did the same thing when making our nonfiction books about women in government. A subtopic is when you take one big, broad topic like fossils and you break it down into a bunch of little, like, more specific topics inside of it. So, fossils, dinosaur fossils, sea creature fossils, insect fossils, right? Does that make sense? All right, so now that we've looked at the cover, we've made a prediction of what we're going to learn. We've made some predictions about certain subtopics that might be in the book. Now would be the time to take a look at the table of contents. Now, this book specifically does not have a table of contents, but it does have chapters with chapter titles. So let's flip through the book really quick and read the names of the chapters so that we can have a further understanding of how the information is organized and what we're going to learn about. Cool. So chapter 1, the first thing we're going to learn about is what is a fossil? Cool. I'm really interested in that, so I'm very excited to read on. Let's go to chapter 2. Oh, I skipped chapter 2. Chapter 2, how do fossils form? Okay. All right. All right. It's getting my brain going a little bit. Let's go to chapter 3. Do bones really turn into stone? Ooh. That's one that I don't know a ton about, and I'm really excited to get to chapter 3 so I can learn more. Finding fossils. How do they find fossils? All right, cool, cool. And why do we study fossils? Ooh, that's an important question. Okay, so now we know the subtopics. The subtopics are: why do we study fossils? Finding fossils. Do bones really turn into stone? How do fossils form? What is a fossil? Beautiful. We have our subtopics. Now I can go into each chapter and see how each chapter is broken down. Or in other words, how each subtopic is broken down into further subtopics. Take a look. Let's look at chapter 1. What is a fossil? Fossils are hard remains of plants and animals. Remains are parts left behind after a plant or animal dies. All fossils are old. Okay, all right. Do we see any headings in here? Ooh, I do. Tracks and trails. So I know that this must be like the introduction to the chapter, and then tracks and trails is a subtopic. Okay. Beautiful. Let's look at this chapter as well. How do fossils form? Again, there's no heading on this page, so this might be an introduction. Ooh, but then I see on the next page, it's all about frozen fossils. So I know that so just from looking at the heading, I know that one way that fossils form, it has something to do with being frozen. Ooh, a sticky pit. And just from the first words here and the title, I can see that another way fossils form has to do with tar pits. Oh, I'm getting really excited to read this chapter. Buried under a blanket of bits. I'm also getting really excited about this one. Now, I could go on, but I want you guys to try to come up with more ways that we can preview a text. All right. Bring your ideas to Zoom. We're going to take a look at a few more nonfiction texts together as a group, and we'll see what kind of predictions that we can make. All right, sound good? All right, cool. Well, I will see you on Zoom soon. Bye, guys.